Hey guys, welcome back. So we have done few of the examples of covalent bonding in the previous video. These are the pages related to previous video in which we are done with hydrogen molecule and then chlorine molecule, iodine molecule, and I must write here I2. It is iodine molecule, and then this was the CH4, the first compound of covalently bonded structure. And now I am taking you to the next one, and this is number 5. And this is, let's suppose we are going to do about ammonia formula NH3. Ammonia, it is NH3. Nitrogen has an atomic number of 7 and mass number of 14. So 7 is the electronic number, is the atomic number. So we are going to write down the electronic configuration, which is 2 and 5. As there are 5 electrons in its outermost shell, we already know that there should be 8 electrons. 3 electrons are lesser. Sharing depends upon demand, and sharing is on equality basis. So nitrogen is deficient in 3 electrons, so it is going to share 3 electrons with 3 of the hydrogen atoms separately. We can see this is hydrogen atom, and this is how it is going to be written. We are now looking into this. This is it, and this is the third one. All right, so all the 3 hydrogen atoms are written separately. We are going to write down the key here. Nitrogen electrons will be represented with the cross, whereas hydrogen electrons will be represented with the dot. Okay, so this is nitrogen and its electrons are here, whereas 2 electrons from the outermost shell, which are not participant of the sharing region, will be written separately, and these electrons are called as lone electrons. Okay, so this is the hydrogen electron. Here I am writing. This is the hydrogen electron, which I am writing here. And this is the hydrogen electron, which I am writing here as well. Okay. So these are the electrons of hydrogen and nitrogen, whereas these are the electrons which are called as lone electrons. Okay. So this is how we are going to draw the structure of ammonia. And now what's the next one? It is nitrogen in the center, and we are going to take 3 of the hydrogen atoms separately. You can see this thing. All right. So this is hydrogen, and I'm going to take black color so that you may have a more clear idea. So these are the hydrogen and nitrogen electrons, nitrogen symbol N standing in the center. And these are the 2 crosses, the 2 electrons, which are the lone electrons mentioned over there very clearly. Okay, and then what is the next diagram? It is called as the bonded diagram. We can see that nitrogen has 3 sharing regions. Each of the sharing region has 1 pair of electrons, so it is going to convert itself into a single covalent bond. This is it. Okay, so this is how we are going to draw the structure of ammonia. Now I'm changing the page to the next board, and this is number 6, and it will be CO2. What is the name? Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. Okay, and this is just telling you that it has carbon, which has 6 atomic number. We are going to write it like 6. And what is the electronic configuration? 2 4. What about oxygen? Each of the oxygen has 8 electrons. 16 is the mass number. So 8 is going to be shifted into 2 and 6. And what about the other? It is the same, 2 and 6. We can see this thing that carbon electrons we are going to write with the dot, whereas oxygen electrons will be with the cross. Okay, and key is important to be mentioned separately. We can now draw the structure of carbon dioxide. This is carbon, and these are the electrons from the outermost shell of carbon. You can see that there are 4 electrons in the outermost shell of carbon, and these are the electrons of one of the oxygen atom. We can see that each of the oxygen atom has 6 electrons in its outermost shell. Out of the 6 electrons, it has shared 2 electrons, whereas remaining 4 electrons are with oxygen atoms respectively. So there are basically two sharing regions. I am drawing the other sharing region with the purple color. Okay. So you now can see this thing that each of the sharing region has two pairs of electrons, and there are two pair of lone electrons with each of the oxygen atoms separately. Now I'm going to draw the next diagram, which is the diagram for sharing region. All right, and these are the two oxygen atoms. Let's draw them. Okay, and now I am taking another color so that things can become more clear. This is carbon, this is oxygen, this is oxygen, and these are the electrons. Okay, so these are the crosses and the dots, very clearly the dots of carbon, whereas the crosses of oxygen. So here I am drawing the crosses again. All right, so these are the like this. Okay, so what will be the next now? I am going to draw this is carbon. You can see this thing that there are two pairs of electrons, so they are going to change into double covalent bond. One pair of electron in the sharing region, single covalent bond. Two pairs of electrons in the sharing region, double covalent bond. So this is how it is going to be. All right, so this is the structure of carbon dioxide. Is that clear to you now? I guess this is the structure of ammonia, methane, and carbon dioxide, which are now clarifying the picture up to a higher extent. Now I'm going to draw the seventh one, and this is it. Okay, I'm trying to take the white page. Okay, this is now the next structure of number seven. Okay, and number seven is, let's discuss the structure of water. This is one of the common structure, common example which examiner is asking. It is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. There are two hydrogens, and this is it. And oxygen 8 and 16. This is 8, and this is going to shift itself into 2 6. Okay, so oxygen is with a cross, whereas hydrogen is with the dot, and we are going to write it like this. Okay. Now we can see this thing that oxygen is like this, and these are the two crosses. Look at here right now. Each of the oxygen atom is going to share two electrons with two of the hydrogen atoms separately. So these are the dots for hydrogen, and these are the hydrogen atoms. So there are two sharing region, one with this and the other is here. And what about the lone electrons? Oxygen has total of 6 electrons in its outermost shell. Out of the total 6 electrons, 2 are placed in the sharing region, whereas these blue electrons are the electrons which are the lone electrons with oxygen. You can see these are the electrons, these blue electrons are the lone electrons. Now what is the next diagram? It is the diagram which is overlapping. You can see these are the hydrogen atoms, which I am drawing a little bit smaller in size. All right, so this is oxygen atom, and these are the hydrogens. Okay, so this is this and this is this. Okay, whereas the lone electrons are drawn separately with the black color, and now this is another hydrogen left over there. Okay, and what is the next diagram? This is called the sharing region diagram. You can see that each of the oxygen is sharing one electron with each of the hydrogen atoms separately. We can draw the lone electrons in the bonded diagram as well. It is not compulsory to draw the lone electrons in the bonded diagram, but you may, all right. And it is again clarified that if there is a one pair of electron in the sharing region, it is going to originate a single covalent bond. Okay, now we are on the next, and that is after this. Okay, let's draw the structure of number 8, and that is the structure of ethene. All right, so Before ethene, I would like to draw the structure of ethane. All right, let's draw the structure of ethane first. Okay. Now, what is ethane? First of all, you should know the formula. It is C2H6. I will teach you ethane and details related to this as well when I will teach you the topic of organic chemistry, inshallah. But right now, I'm just telling you how to draw the structure of ethane. From the formula, the picture must be clear to you. The formulas should be in your mind from now onwards. And what is the formula of ethane? It is C2H6. It is just telling us that each of the carbon atom has four electrons in its outermost shell, which we have understood from the previous discussion. Let's draw. This is carbon. This is 6 atomic number. 12 is the mass number. 6 and 2, 4. Whereas what about the other carbon atom? Same story. I am drawing here and it is 6 and it is 2, 4. All right. And then it is hydrogen. This is 1, 1 and 1 and 1. What about the other hydrogens? All right. This I should draw this side. Okay, and it is 1 and is equal to 1, and then it is hydrogen. 1 is equal to 1 is equal to 1, and then again there is 1, and this is it, and this is 1 is equal to 1. Okay, then I am taking you to the next one, and that's the structure. You can see this thing that carbon is represented with the cross and hydrogen is represented with the dot. Very clear description here. Okay. Now we can take the blue color so that we may discriminate among all. Now these are the crosses of both of the carbon atoms. Okay. And these are the crosses of both of the carbon atoms, each with different hydrogen atoms. You can see these yellow dots are the electrons of hydrogen. There is no need to take different colors in the paper. Only two colors allowed to you people will be blue and black. So you people can use blue and black to differentiate. But instead of wasting your time, if you are going to take the same color, but should be drawn very clearly and properly, things are perfectly okay in that case. This I am drawing so that you people may have a clear idea. And these are the sharing region. This is sharing region number 1. This is sharing region number 2. This is sharing region number 3. And this is sharing region number 4. This is sharing region number 5. This is sharing region number 6. And this is sharing region number 7. We can see that each of the carbon atom has 4 electrons in its outermost shell. All the 4 electrons are involved in bonding, so we can say that there is no lone electrons with any of the carbon atom. And now I'm going to draw hydrogen atoms. It is good to take the black color. These are the hydrogen atoms with each of the carbon atoms separately, and this is it. Okay, so I am changing the board and I am drawing it on a next one. Okay, can you look at here? This is one carbon, this is another carbon. All right, this is one hydrogen, this is another hydrogen, this is third hydrogen, this is fourth hydrogen, this is fifth hydrogen, and this is sixth hydrogen. All right, so these are the carbons and these are the hydrogens here. All right, and there will be electrons in the sharing region. This is dot and cross, dot and cross, 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 dot and cross over there. And we can see that there are this type of diagram finally, which is going to be happen at the end. Okay, so this was the discussion about few of the covalently bonded structures, and I will be back to you with few more examples, inshallah. Just take care of yourself. Thank you very much.